Today is my best friend's birthday. I'm very excited. Tonight we're going to an Italian restaurant, so I'll probably have some pizza for dinner. I love pizza. What about you? When is your birthday? What do you like doing to celebrate your birthday? Do you prefer eating cake or pizza on your birthday? When we speak in English, it's pretty clear from our voice or from our facial expressions that we are saying an affirmative statement or a question. But when we write in English, we don't have our voice or our face to help us. We have to use a punctuation mark. For example, a full stop at the end of a sentence to make it clear that this is an affirmative sentence. Or, for example, we need to use a question mark to make it clear in writing that something is a question. Today, we're going to talk about the differences between some of the different punctuation marks that we use when we write sentences. Now let's take a look at a text version of what I said about my best friend's birthday. For each sentence, we're going to decide which punctuation mark should go at the end of the sentence. The first sentence is, "Today is my best friend's birthday." We could say that this is an affirmative sentence. Remember that at the end of an affirmative sentence, in writing, we always put a full stop. You might remember that another name for a full stop is a period. The next sentence is, "I'm very excited." If we just read it in a normal voice, it's a bit difficult to know if we need a full stop or a different punctuation mark. Let's imagine that we're saying it in a situation where we are excited about going to our best friend's birthday. I'm very excited. Can you hear the excitement in my voice? When we have a sentence that expresses a strong emotion like excitement or surprise, at the end of the sentence, we must put an exclamation point. This is an exclamation point. Let's read this sentence like we would if we were telling someone this information in a conversation. Tonight we're going to an Italian restaurant. So it's just a normal affirmative sentence, and we can put a full stop at the end. Next sentence, "I love Italian food." This sentence is here because it's clear that we want to emphasize this information. And by using the verb love, it's clear that we have some strong emotions related to Italian food. So at the end of this sentence, what do we need? A full stop or an exclamation point? If you said we need an exclamation point, that is correct. What about you? This is a question. We know this because the question word what is at the beginning. And we know that at the end of a question, we must use a question mark. Next sentence. I'd like to know more about your birthday. This is another affirmative statement, so we can put a full stop. Next is this. How do you like to celebrate your birthday? What do you think? Do we need a full stop, an exclamation point, or a question mark? It's clear that we are asking a question, so we need a question mark at the end. The last sentence is this: do you prefer eating birthday cake or pizza? Because of the context, the punctuation mark we need to use is clear. It's a question, so at the end, we need, you guessed it, a question mark. We still need to talk about one more punctuation mark. To explain this punctuation mark, I'm going to use this burrito. What is a burrito? It consists of 2 Mexican tortillas with a bunch of meat, veggies, cheese, and sometimes different sauces in the middle. It's very delicious, and it's one of my favorite foods. But the important thing you need to remember about a burrito is that it consists of something on the outside, which is the tortilla, and then there's something in the middle, which is the meat, vegetables, and other ingredients. Here we have the sentence, "Today is my best friend's birthday," Grayson said. We use a special kind of punctuation mark to express what someone has said. We use quotation marks. Now here comes the part about the burrito. What the person said is what's inside the burrito, and the tortillas on the outside of the burrito are the quotation marks. At the beginning and the end of what someone said, you need quotation marks. When you have an affirmative or declarative sentence, you must use a comma between what was said and the second quotation mark. Let me give you another example. This time, it's going to be a sentence where we express some emotion. "I want pizza," Grayson shouted. This is clearly a sentence where we are expressing strong emotion, or we just want to emphasize the fact that I really want pizza. When we look at this, we can also think about it as a burrito. Remember, the outside of the burrito is the quotation marks, and the inside is what Grayson said. And because this is a sentence where we are emphasizing something with some strong emotion, instead of a comma, we need an exclamation point before the second quotation mark. Something similar happens with questions. Here we have the question, "How do you like to celebrate your birthday?" Grayson asked. And the burrito works here too. On the outside, we have the quotation marks. On the inside of this burrito, we have the question. And instead of a comma, we have a question mark just before the second quotation mark. I'm sorry if you're very hungry after I spent all that time talking about burritos, but you're almost finished. Now you're ready to do exercise 14. In exercise 14, you have to put the correct punctuation in these 5 sentences. All of these sentences are things that people said, so you will need to put quotation marks in the correct places. And you also might need to put a comma or an exclamation point depending on the intention or context of the sentence. Good luck!